welcome back for the People Food Review Ian's. As you can see by the title, today I'll be chugging a bang, specifically the cotton candy bang. This will be an attempt at the world record, and I'm sure you will not be disappointed. Okay? I'm sorry for the long-awaited revival. Things have been busy and stressful for For the People Food Review. As you can see, I have cut my hair since the last time we spoke, but you will not be able to ever tell that. I also got this guitar. That's crazy. If you would like me to post more often, just shoot me a DM. Today, I will try to include some dialogue in what I do, and hopefully you are entertained by it. So get your second monitor going, get your candles lit, and your cat's just freaking out over here. I'm glad we're so intimate, my fans. Anyway, do you ever? Sometimes I look at the camera, and half of the things I say on this YouTube channel, I wonder, why did you say that? Why did you say that? You can't edit that out. You don't have the skills to edit that out. You should have a script. But I don't, because I like us to be face to face. Speaking of face to face, check out my poster. It's a pretty gnarly poster. Anyway, I think I will crack open this bang. I was planning this really cool thing where I'd start the thing, it would be like, you know, but I didn't do that. I just got off work, as you can tell. I've got Paul's Chicago Pizza represent. Got a new job since we last spoke as well. Making pizzas, not working for a corporation, private business. It's pretty cool. Comment down below which bang I should try next. This is the cotton candy. Fuck. I didn't mean to say that, but I can't edit that out. So, good expectations. So, I just spilled bang into the aux cord of my amplifier. That is so cool. Anyways, I had a set of topics chosen for this chug. Getting some hints of flavor before I dive in to my meal. I had some things planned to talk about because I had no idea what I'd say. I figured this chug would take a while. I'm not very good at chugging. You know what I mean? My last Gatorade chug was in 2 minutes. And it was pretty bad. And everyone said it was bad. So I think it was pretty bad. Anyways, if I remember I just realized I'm recording with my new iPhone XR. Represent. Love Apple, love big corporations. Love buying things from Apple for big prices. But I was at work and I was thinking of all the things to talk about. And this Bang is sure tempting. Man, I love Bang energy. So much better than Rain. But yeah. But I realized I put all of them on my iPhone, which I'm recording with. So I'll have to remember them instead. Before I talk about things, why don't we, with this included dialogue, nobody's even watching at this point. Nobody's watching. If you are, you need to, get a significant other or a job or something like that. Okay? Go to school more often. Stop skipping class. Doing drugs. Let's take our first sip, and I'll give you my first impressions of Bang Cotton Candy Chug with added dialogue. I must say, that is one refreshing beverage. It does sure taste like cotton candy. What are some good things to talk about? I was talking with a coworker about corporations. That's why I've been saying the word corporations a lot in this video so far. But I work at a private company, private business. Paul Chicago Pizza represent off McMullen Booth. Come hang out. And we're talking about, I said, yeah, I'd rather be working here than a bagger at Publix, like a lot of kids in the Southeast are doing. And he was saying it was vital to work for a corporation at some point in your life to reach your dreams, no matter what you want to do. And to an extent, I agree. But he started bringing up things like Publix is hiring mostly special needs baggers for, because they're special needs. And as it turns out, they're mainly doing that. I mean, it's good that they're getting jobs, but they're mainly doing that because they get benefits from it. And it got me to thinking, is it entirely moral? Like, should we praise these companies for doing that when it's a win-win situation for both parties and they're so far ahead themselves that it basically means nothing to them to pay a special education person minimum wage, but it doesn't come from their pockets? I don't think they deserve appraisal. But it's good. You never really notice where special ed kids go after high school. Everyone talks about that, though. You see them everywhere, in reality, working at those kinds of jobs, because nowhere else, you know. I don't have too much to say on that. Nothing's better for them. This is gonna get a high rating. Almost dropped it. That would have been very cool. That would not have been cool if it spilled on my clothes. No. I would not have found that appealing. Another topic that I wrote down. Global warming. Now that's a crazy one. I really hope I'm not demonetized for my views because I make so much money off of this account. I need to just quit my job, honestly. I don't know why I always do that thing that, I forget what it's called. Not groan, like a groan, kind of. It's like a clearing my throat, yeah. I don't know why I do that so much when it doesn't fix the problem of my voice. I don't know why I'm so soft-spoken. Maybe my voice is deepening, or maybe I just really haven't spoken to anyone in that long, or at least that often. Global warming. I don't think it'll be the end of the world. Because, well, obviously it's not going to be the end of the world. But a lot of people exaggerate it to be that. You know, ecosystems don't collapse, they just change. And periods have always been in the thousands, you know, carbon emissions, micrograms, and we're only in the hundreds now. And it's been pretty stable, but it's rising. I'm not going to deny that we're rising. And it's bad for us because we've never been outside of our range. I don't know if we'll adapt, but we are part of an ecosystem, so we could be filtered from the ecosystem. And really, it's people talk about saving the world through lowering carbon emissions, but the only thing they're saving by lowering them is humans. So, I mean, really all they care about is humans. Which I guess you could argue is less than what people who abuse fossil fuels or, want is money. Humans are money. That's kind of the thing, I think. And both are pretty hollow. And if you believe anything else, you're kind of brainwashed if you think it's going to end the world or something like that. That's all I've got to say on that. I'm having trouble deciding what I want to talk about next, because I don't want to get too political or I don't know. I'm trying not to curse because I love YouTube, okay? I really love YouTube, okay? And I hope their business does well. And I hope they don't ban me from the platform because I curse. Okay? So I'm gonna try really hard not to curse, okay? Love Google so bad. Friends. Friends are a weird concept to me. Not in like, I'm not lonely or socially retarded in mostly. Friends, everyone wants friends. And I love friends. I love my friends. Most of the people who are watching these videos are friends. Unless you're just a random and you're legitimately watching for food reviews and you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Why is he speaking? I just want my canned food review. But if you think that way, you've already clicked off. So I'm mainly speaking to friends. You know, I love them. But it's like, I don't know what's wrong with me when it comes to them. And I don't want to be too specific because it'll make my friendships weird. But I always want something more physical, like an item. Why do I always have to want something? Why can't the bond be enough for most people? I'm not saying most people want more out of friendship than friendship. But there's such an aura of hate, an atmosphere of hate everywhere. Whether it be full-on hatred, physical, verbal, outright hatred, swearing, or uncomfortability, I think is a version of hate. You meet someone and you're not really clicking it off, but you still talk to them in the hopes of gaining something. Rarely is that thing just a bond. And it's like everyone has to hate to motivate their own inner agenda, I guess. It's more, I think maybe, I used to think people were always angry to to make their lives interesting. But I think people hate to want. People hate because they want to do more than hate. And everyone hates. Even the most loving people hate. Which sucks. I don't think if everyone loved all the time, we would be happier with each other. But if we loved everyone from a distance, we could be happy with ourselves and find an inner happiness. Which sounds really cheesy and stupid. But I think loving from a distance is a much safer, makes you a lot happier than loving face to face. Can't really love face to face without hatred, because there is always an air of uncomfortability, no matter how long you've been with a significant other or a friend. And uncomfortability stems from hatred. You know, a guy says, you know, you're in love with a dude, you're in love with a girl, whatever you're into. And they say one sentence wrong the first time you meet them. The uncomfortability is always there. Maybe one sentence or a word, something off, something you don't expect. But if a person is exactly what you expect, you would probably never form a bond with them out of being boring. And if they're boring, it doesn't feel like they're the one. Maybe they talk about shit or beep stuff you don't care about. Too much to hold the conversation. But everyone should love. Whether to help someone else or... I'm not saying hatred is bad. But I wish it was. New topic. Transition. Fireworks. New topic. Guilt. That's a good topic. Guilt is a hatred and sadness, and a sadness, I think. Hatred of regret. And regret stems from a hatred of the things you did. So there's a double hatred. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been feeling very guilty lately. And it makes me wonder if a man is defined by his actions, which is a problem that philosophers always talk about. And I think a man or a person, to be less stereotypical, whatever, should be judged day to day, day to day. It's like I can't control what I do. My actions are their own entity, kind of. And I think that's what guilt is being separated from yourself because of an action. And I don't know if I'll ever feel the same, I guess. I think my thoughts are so complex, and then I put them into words and I realize how lame it all sounds. I don't know if my brain is that normal, or if I'm afraid of speaking like an individual. I don't want to talk about anything too specific, as many people I wish did not watch these videos watch them, either to look at my face and mock me for my actions, or get a laugh out of my videos, no matter how much they hate me, which is very mature of them, if that's what's happening. Which I don't know why you'd get a laugh out of my videos. They're 100% serious. I have a passion for food, as you can see. Paul Chicago Pizza represent. But I love those people who hate me. Not who hate me, but those who are watching my videos to resent me. Because I know they're still them, and my actions or words against them are futile. I feel like I have two selves, and it's the only way I've been able to cope with overwhelming guilt. And sometimes I talk about myself in third person without thinking, because I like to think of myself as Logan, or Mr. For the People Food Review, obviously, and also as a person, or as something like a spectator, maybe. Like a cog? Dang. This dude doesn't know what he's talking about. But there's things Mr. For the People Food Review does that my mind doesn't agree with. And I can judge what he says and what he does, but ultimately it's a person doing a thing instead of me doing a thing, which helps me get over the erratic things I do, or stupid things I say. And people need to do stupid things, especially early in life, I guess you could say. Even the coolest people you know live in regret or guilt. Most likely, unless they're psychopaths. Got a little bit of bang in my mustache. How do you like my mustache, by the way? Can't see it because of the light. Oh, and the beard. I'm actually shaving it now. It's crazy. Anyway. You don't know guilt. It's too specific. I don't want anyone to know what I'm talking about. But there's things you do, you don't know guilt until someone doesn't forgive you. Really don't. And guilt and regret, brother and sister. Teach you about morals, about it feels like it doesn't matter how much I learn and how I do good in the future, because as I'm living now, I've done so much more harm than good. So much more. It's insane. Really. It's crazy. And you really don't know it. New topic. New topic. Ding. Music. Music is cool. I think everyone should indulge in some music. Too many people make music now, which is great. Everyone should make music. But it's turning the music industry into a much harsher business. I'm not saying, I mean, now more than ever, it's easier for a kid in his room with an acoustic guitar to get 3 million plays on Spotify and get to like the top 40 or whatever, which is awesome. But it's so many people are in it, and it's turning it into a very businessy business, if you know what I mean. Of course, music has always been a business, but it feels so demotivating. When I first got into making music, which is what everyone and their mother is doing now, it was a way to feel cool, like myself, to just pow, pow, pow. You know what I mean? And now that my music tastes, I think, have gotten way better, my style of music has gotten some culture, some taste. Now it's too demotivating to even enter the market, just like everything else. It used to be a kind of escape, and now it is just like everything else. Oversaturated, demotivating. It's too many dang people in the world doing too much stuff. There's nothing that's really unique anymore. And city boy problems. But yeah, nobody's really unique, no matter how unique they are in a specific community or state of some kind. And no matter how hard you try, you really won't be unique. You could shave your eyebrows, your head, you know, shop at a different store that nobody knows about online. It's called Goth Girls R Us. Still not gonna be unique. Damn, you can make your own. You can make your own shirts and clothes. You can make your own shirts and pants out of socks, and it's still not that unique. I don't think anyone is really doing that. That might be kind of unique. People need to get. There needs to be more creativity in the world. Things are so mundane. It feels like everything has been laughed at. And everything's been explored. Which I'm sure it felt like that in the... Actually, I don't think it's ever felt like that. Maybe in the 20th century. During the Industrial Revolution, there was such opportunity for everything, even as everything was being made. It was like nothing would ever stop being created. And now, all that's being created is comforts. Nothing is really a necessity anymore, I don't think. Which is stupid. Which is a stupid thought, because necessities can always be made easier, but... or to do things more efficiently, I mean. But, since I can't think of those things, it feels that way. So I think I have a right to feel that way. Art is pretty cool. It feels like creativity has been run into the ground too. Of course, you can always do more creative things with more tools and different unique things going on. A bunch of people liked your post. And, but it feels like I don't know, maybe I'm an idiot, or maybe I'm the most creative person on earth. But it feels like everything creative is just run into the ground as well. And there's not much more to be creative about. Which is also way stupid. Super stupid. Dumb stupid. And, I'm not depressed. Don't think I'm like depressed or something. That's retarded. Not retarded. Did not say that. I would not say that ever in my life. But that's very special education like to think a certain opinion, okay? No, I'm not depressed. Not suicidal. Not everything's mundane. I love things. I love people that I say, or that I hate. Out of all the people I think I hate, I can't think of one I really hate. Because everyone has had something happen to them. Everyone is a canvas, and their events, the events that have happened in their lives, or the people that have affected them, are like paint. Wow, awesome analogy, Mr. Food Review. They're like paint, and you know, the paint on the canvas is how you feel about them. You think they're cool, you think they're scary, you think they're funny. Wow, this is a funny painting. Or you just don't like it. You just don't like them, or you really like them, you know. Awesome analogy. And all these people are displayed at an art gallery throughout, that is your life. And I feel like that analogy makes it seem like people are life, other people being social. But it's really not. That's not all there is. For me, everyone has their own ideas of what they should live for and strive to be or do. And I think my goals I will keep secret. Maybe. I'll probably blurt them out in a second. But I think Everyone has their own goals, and no matter what someone is doing, their social life is always critical to achieve goals, or at least maintain a mental homeostasis or complete balance. And if people loved each other more, if people loved each other more, then community would be more readily available and, available to push people's lives and careers and goals forward as other people are meant to do. Because we're social creatures, species, whatever. I hate saying things that other people have said to me. So I'm very critical of a lot of the things I say. A lot of things I'll say, and I'll realize, wow, Sarah said that to me last week. Jacob said that to me yesterday. Someone else. It's like my life is the canvas, and people just be painting on me without my permission, honestly. And other people dictate what I look like and what I say. Like, my body is not really mine, and it makes me wonder if I really have a mind of my own, or if I'm just another person regurgitating whatever's thrown at me. Half of the time, another thing, transition. Another topic I wanted to talk about is social awkwardness or social anxiety, being awkward in social situations. A lot of people deal with this, and people can define it as a medical condition or not if they want to. And if you have social anxiety, it doesn't mean you're smart. It doesn't mean you're special. But it's also not a disability or an illness or a disorder. It's just another personality trait, and it shouldn't make you feel special. Don't get a complex out of it. It really P.O. or makes me a little antsy in the pantsy when I see someone or know someone with a complex. People are raised all of their lives to think they're super intelligent, or they're super strong, or they're super good looking or they're super rich. So, you know, one of those traits that we all know and strive for. Wealthy, strong, and intelligent, and, you know, socially, being a social butterfly. A lot of people strive for that. And I completely forgot what I was talking about. I think it has something to do with social anxiety. But a lot of people have complexes, yeah. It's complexes. And, how can you be so self-centered? You really, seriously, if you have ever thought to yourself, I am smarter than everyone else in this room, or my biceps are bigger than everyone else in this room, which you might be right. Doesn't necessarily mean you're stronger, but that I will not hold you against if that's true. But, because that can be measured by sight. Or, I'm a big one. I'm more moral or spiritually in tune than those around me. Which is the way I was for a while. I grew up with a big intellectual and a big intellectual complex. And as I grew out of it, I grew into a moral complex, which made me push those around me away because I didn't deem their actions worthy of my time, even though I loved these people. And for someone to live that way for an extended period of time, it's really not worth it. If you view yourself as anything but a person with, you know, I mean, sure, you get 190 IQ on your IQ test, but is that enough to say you're better than others? You can say you're smarter, sure, but it's not really you. It's your genetics. It's nothing you've done or accomplished. Maybe you know stuff, a lot of studying. That's an accomplishment. You can be proud of it. But to hate others for not studying or working out as much as you, that's not a way to live for you or those around you. Not a way to live. And I think worse than intellectual, physical, or some other, hobby complex, I think the worst of all is moral. Because moral, not only are you better, but your spirit is better. As if you're some kind of divine entity. I think a moral superiority is bordering on a God complex. And nothing is worse than a God complex. I think I almost entered a God complex for a while because it made sense to me. I forget what that word is that's like the idea that all things are like that people are living their daily lives, and their lives are just as complicated as your own. Whatever that is, whatever the word is. And it made sense to me that my mind was the only mind. Right? I know. A lot of people get that idea in their head, though, and start to develop God complexes. They think only they have the complex thoughts, you know. Don't think of other people as people. Which, there's no way to prove you're wrong. But having that mindset is no way to live. At least in this phase of life. Physical phase. No, I'm not religious. But spirit is important. Spirit and morals, ethics are important in, you know, keeping yourself sane. I think everyone should explore spirituality. Not exactly the astrology or the witchcraft or the magic or the, you know, but morality is big. Anyways, I'm repeating myself. Transition. Don't know really what to talk about anymore. Just thinking about stuff at work. Had to get it off my mind. Talking for about an hour now. I don't really want to stop. There's not many people to talk to. And I don't get to use my voice very much anymore. Mainly talk to people through text, which I hate. I hate using my phone. I averaged 12 hours of screen time a day for like 3 weeks. Once I got my iPhone, it told me that. I mean, this week I tried to set it aside of it, and I was down to 8 hours this past week, which is pretty good. Almost down to the last sip, you hear it? Then I'll review it, like you've all been waiting for. Shut up, Mr. Food Review. I just want to know what the new cotton candy bang tastes like before I spend my whole $2 on it. Anyways. Yeah, phones, they suck. They suck bad. Which, I don't think it's, you know, a bad device. I think they're pretty technologically advanced. But they are controlling people. It's an easy path to addiction, to an addictive personality. And I notice the people who are on their phones the most are drug addicts. Or maybe I just know way too many drug addicts. Most of the people I know are kind of drug addicts. Bang! Now that I've drunken the last sip, I feel I can give this drink my final verdict. Tell me if you want me to do more 30-minute, 1 hour chugs, or if I should just do 2-minute ones without dialogue. I felt the dialogue was nice. And anyways, Bang cotton candy. I think this is my first time trying the cotton candy, and I have to say, it's kind of tied with the purple haze, honestly. I kind of like the purple haze a lot, but this could easily be my favorite Bang if I didn't have purple haze for a while. I don't remember if I was scaling out of 5 or 10. I think it was 10. 8.2 final score. It was a little too sweet. Like, if you don't like really sweet, like, it tastes just like cotton candy. If you don't like really sweet stuff, don't get it. But if you do, then this will be your next favorite drink off the shelves. I mean, if this is going to be your first Bang, I'd say go with the cotton candy. The rainbow, to give some context, I know this isn't me reviewing the cotton candy, okay? But the rainbow unicorn is even sweeter. Just don't get it. Just don't get it. It sucks. It's just sweet, that's it. You might as well drink a soda. It's flavored sugar. It's not flavored sugar. It's got so much caffeine, but it tastes like flavored sugar, like a soda. Anyway, I guess that's all Mr. Food for the food review man has got to talk about. Tune in next week. Oh yeah, I tried to get, after work, I tried to get like a super cool scene under like a skylight, or not a skylight, like a Twitter so dope. Like under a street lamp or something, because I thought that that'd be like super, vibes and like aesthetic and like stuff. But I couldn't do it. Maybe when I gain the balls, or I don't know, what's a family-friendly version of balls? Nuts. Gonads. When I get the gonads to go to a, loiter on a private business on the way home, then I'll private business lot. Then yeah, I'll do that. Okay. I love all my biggest fans and my smallest fans and everyone that's watching this. Cheers, lads. Brofist. Hello once again, audience. Should have said that at the beginning. Anyways, I'm dragging this on. 1 hour, 5 minutes, pretty good. Love everyone in the world, ever, especially, actually, I only love my fans. I hate everyone else that I ever meet. Okay.